Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 15, episode 1. Let me tell y'all something. This is the first time in a very long time where I felt like Real Housewives of Atlanta started off the season the correct way. One of the gripes, if you've been watching my reviews for a minute now, you will remember me saying that I feel like it takes too long to get to the mess. I have seen other reality TV shows where they come back episode 1 and they start off already one step away from knocking somebody upside the head. You know what I'm saying? So I never really understood why when it came to Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's like a build-up. And we don't really start to get to the mess until like the 4th or 5th episode. We don't have to do that. Just start out episode 1. Just start out episode 1 and then just, we good. But I love this episode. I love the episode. How did y'all feel? Do y'all think that they kind of, did a great job coming back for season 15. I loved it. That's all I can really say. The confessionals. The confessionals are funny to me. I see, Kenya throwing shots at Sheree. Sheree throwing shots, I think, at Kenya from what I remember. Sheree throwing shots at Candy. Candy throwing shots, girl, at Sheree. Them confessionals gonna get the girl. Those confessionals are what get the girls in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we're here for the mess. All right, y'all. So let's just get into the episode. Martell and Sheree. Martell and Sheree. Y'all know that for the longest, I really had a soft spot for Sheree. I really, really did. Like, Sheree was low-key my girl. Sheree was a girl. But I'm going to have to just go ahead and dispose of Sheree, too. Like, I don't know. I think y'all can have Sheree. I think Sheree is a mess. I think Martell is a complete mess. For those who may not know who Martell is, he is someone who has found his way by way of Sheree on Bravo. Um, please don't get caught up into girl because he got a muscle popping out of his body here or there. Please don't pay attention to Sheree when she says, despite what we've seen on TV, he's shown me nothing but respect. I said, girl, what? Despite what we've seen on TV, girl, you mean to tell me despite what we saw on Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is a show that he's on OWN, despite what we saw on Love and Marriage Huntsville season 1 of him being married, but also letting us know that he had a girlfriend, despite the girlfriend getting pregnant, but not following through with the pregnancy, despite the girlfriend getting pregnant again and having a baby while he was still married, despite, I think, his wife and his girlfriend being pregnant around the same time, which means that lets you know that he was raw dogging both of them. Okay? Despite him calling his baby mama Ariane, or his girlfriend at the time, a peasant, despite him calling his wife a whore, no, despite Martell just being a complete and utter disaster. Despite all of that, girl, he treats you like a queen. He treats you good. You got a good man. Okay, girl. Sure, you too old for this. Nobody should have to go through this, but girl, at least we could all understand when you 21 and dumb and and in love, right? But girl, Sheree is 50 something years old. Or 50 plus, or 50, 51, 50. She old. Too old to keep looking, too old to keep not like to not keep learning from girl her situations. Anyways, child, when they played that clip of Sheree talking about when Sheree was sitting outside looking bad with that Gucci outfit on, when she went to meet Tyrone in Philadelphia and he never showed up and she sat out there on that concrete, girl, and it was like 10 below. Okay, I'm adding more to the story. It wasn't 10 below, but it should have been. And Sheree was outside sitting on that concrete and she was like, I look stupid as F. I look crazy as F. And I look dumb as F. They replayed that little part, and I was over shaking my head like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. Sheree has a chef to come over to, I guess, cook. Well, not I guess, to cook her and Martell dinner, and Martell makes a joke, that he thought the chef was coming over to basically have a threesome. Despite what we saw on TV, you just now started talking to this man. He done already started talking about threesomes. Girl, you couldn't have waited at least until like 2 or 3 years into the relationship before you started talking about bringing another woman into the bedroom. Girl, I ain't even passed gas in front of you yet, and you already talking about a threesome? All right, I guess, child. But did y'all see that chef's face? I want y'all to go back and watch the episode when Martell basically insinuated. He didn't say they were gonna have a threesome, but he said it without saying it. When he mentioned them having a threesome, did you see the chef's face, kind of like, like I'll be down? That's how I took it. But I'm a little messy. But that's how I took it. Martell calls Todd an opportunist. They played a clip of Candy saying something about Martell. I can't remember, but I guess in retaliation of Candy talking about him, he kind of like threw a shot at Martell at Todd. Um, like I always said, multiple things can be true at the same time. Someone could think that Todd is an opportunist, but don't take away from the fact that we definitely think that you're one. Okay, and that's that on that. Martell is a mess. I know some of y'all don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Please do not think Martell is a catch because he is a hot mess. And don't get turned and don't get blinded by his flat stomach. Okay? Like I said, he might got a muscle or two popping out his neck and his elbow and his pinky finger. But girl, he's a fool. Girl, he is the fool. Y'all ain't seen a mess on TV until you saw Martell Holt. I think Martell is in a surprise for his life. Because I don't know if Martell know, but girl, this is the truth, girl. Let me tell you something. The housewife world and the drag race world, RuPaul's Drag Race, to me, when it comes to the fandemonium over here, it's a whole nother ball game. I don't think Martell know what he done stepped into. I really don't. I really don't. Martell, when they get a hold to your resume, baby, it's gonna be on and popping in your life. You're gonna wish you probably would have stayed over there on own. Common. Okay. Oh, can we have some kitchen tables out? Okay. So Common, as Mama Joyce likes to call it, Common. Common looks amazing to me. Common looks like that insurance company that she done started over there, wherever at in Atlanta. Looks like the checks are clearing. I said, okay, Miss Common. Common look like she got a little bit of money. It look like she ain't got a boy enough from Candy no more. But when they showed that flashback clip of Carmen, and then they went to the present clip when she was sitting down with Candy and Don Juan, I said, my. Not only do you have a little bit of money, but you've been spending that money too, girl, because it looks like you've been injected and shot all up and through your cheeks. One thing Miss Carmen cheeks was baby out. Girl. Miss Carmen cheeks looks like this. But her face was just like this. But her cheeks looked like this. But her face was like this. I said, okay. It's the fillers for me. I don't like to talk about women looks because I think it can be mean. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to I try to stay away from that even though I have before. But I couldn't help but to notice um, that Miss Carmen looked like she got a little shot. Yeah, like she got a little poke. Or wherever you put the fillers at, girl. Like she got a little, like she got a little, okay, I said, okay, but Carmen looks good. Carmen looks good. Carmen looks good. But I couldn't help but to notice that Mama looked like she went, like when she went on her lunch break and got her Chipotle, she did a little detour, girl, to a little doctor's visit and then went back to the office and they told her about it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody leaving work and then coming back and then all of a sudden their whole face done filled out? Oh, wait. Candy talks about Sheba Sheree being a complete and utter disaster. Girl. Sheree, this is the thing. Candy needs to just stop offering any type of assistance to Sheree because Sheree doesn't want it because Sheree doesn't care about Sheba Sheree. Sheree is someone who just wants to get by in life by doing the bare minimum. And that's okay. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And what I mean by doing the bare minimum, I mean like not in the sense of work smarter and not harder, not in that sense, but in the sense of like I think Sheree's just a mess. That's it. And I get why some of the people think that Sheree may be related to Joanne Prada. I can understand why some of the people may think that Joanne Prada and Sheree are cousins. I'm gonna leave it at that. Ace calls Candy crying, and I think he wanted help with something. And Candy was like, "Well, can't somebody who I don't know who she said help you?" He was like, "No, it's easier when you help me." And I'm not gonna lie, holla, because she was like, "I don't know." And then it quickly cut to Kenya. It almost sounded like when Ace was crying, Candy was like, "I don't know." And then cue Kenya. And then Kenya get to stomping on the concrete. I was giggling. Oh, so Kenya is talking to the guy who owns all the restaurants. I heard he's got a little bit of coin. We talked about him the other day in one of my Hot Topics videos. He has a little bit of coin from what I understand. And Kenya let it be known that I guess, girl, Miss Thing, got her rocks off that night. Because somebody said something about, did you come to the party or something? And she was like, I came. And I was like, oh, okay. So Kenya, throw her legs to the moon. I said, all right. They talk about Martell. The streets been talking. The Martell allegedly is talking to other women. If there's not a title on the relationship, then I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But even if it was a title, again, based off of Martell's track record, he don't care, girl. So even if Sheree and Martell were girlfriend and boyfriend, I don't put nothing not past Martell Holt. So whatever the streets are saying, I believe it. Ken lets us know that Martell slid in his DMs. I was talking to my sister today, my biological sister. She hadn't watched the episode yet. And I was just like, Kenya, I was just telling her the part about Kenya saying that Martell basically slid in her DMs. And she said, oh, so he was just trying to get on the show and Sheree took the bait. I said, hello? Okay, like, Sheree. What it sounds like to me is this. Martell wanted to be on the show, and he probably was going around town trying to see who would take the bait. And the girl, we know Sheree is simple-minded, okay? And she took the bait. Listen to what I'm about to say. I think that Kenya is one of the most gorgeous women in the world. I think Sheree is bad. But Martell does not give me that he's attracted to like Kenya or Sheree. He gives me that he would be more so attracted to like a Portia. You see what I'm saying? I feel like for Martell, Sheree and Kenya are too old for him. He gives me like he would like someone like Shamia, Portia. You know what I'm saying? So I don't buy whatever Sheree and Martell are trying to sell. I'm not buying it. I told my friend last night I don't think that Martell and Sheree have had sex. I don't believe it. I have to see the sex tape. I think they, and I don't even know if I can call Martell an opportunist. Can we? I guess we can, but I don't know because I feel like it's a scheme. I feel like they're both in on this together. I don't know. I guess you could still be an opportunist, girl. I don't know, child. I just feel like Sheree and Martell are in on this together. Um, Candy and Kenya and Manetta. Manetta comes. Manetta was cute. I like Manetta's outfit. I'm glad Manetta is being a lot vocal this season. Let me say something. All the girls clocked in first episode. Everybody was being messy. Everybody was talking about everybody. It wasn't like a bad. It was like little jokes here and there. But all the girls had something to say about somebody in the group. You know what I'm saying? Either it was Sheree talking about Candy, Candy talking about Sheree, Kenya throwing shade at Sheree, Marlo throwing shade at somebody, girl Moneta letting it be known that Martell is in these streets. Everybody was girl. Everybody was girl making sure that that this first episode got to popping. Okay. Um, but anyways, so Kenya asked Candy what was going on between her and Todd because they was on the phone the day before and she heard them fussing. Um, and this is what I talk about when I say I want to see moments like this between the friends on the show, like vulnerable moments, right? Where you have Candy who is telling her friends what's going on in her marriage, right? So y'all hear me say stuff like this is what I want to see like on Real Housewives of Potomac. I want to see those moments because it kind of lets me know that girl, you may really be friends like in real life. But girl, when you don't get moments like this, it's kind of like girl, either you really not friends or you don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? Um, but she just lets me know that her and Todd are going through some things. This is how I feel now, girl. Can I say, girl? Can I say something? I don't want to be messy. That's not my intention. It's not. But I just feel like this is how I feel, and so I feel like it needs to be said. I do believe. I have heard people say this, and I'm starting to believe it. That Todd has the ideas and Candy has the money. Well, we know Candy got the money. I do believe Todd coming into Candy's life, um, it inspired her to do some things, right? I don't. I thought it was a little weird that one of the complaints that Todd has had and her children have had is that Candy is always busy. And we know Candy is always busy. Candy is always busy. Candy is either a girl trying to, do her Broadway thing, her, girl, Candy Coated Click show is coming back. What Candy Coated Night show is coming back. Or she's doing her spoofs. It's something that's always going on with Candy. But I did think it was a little kind of like, okay, you complain about Candy always being busy, but then you also want her to, I guess, help you produce a play. So are you wanting her to like give up something that she's doing to kind of I guess help you in a way? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Or what if Candy just says I can put you into connection with someone who can help you produce this play? Because I'm over here trying to accomplish X, Y, and Z. So if I'm trying to do what I'm doing, and you trying to do what you're doing, but you also complaining about I'm doing too much. Are you complaining that I'm doing too much? Or are you complaining because you feel as though I'm not helping you with your stuff? I'm already funding your projects. What else do you want me to do? You already got buildings sitting around Atlanta that probably ain't did nothing with it. Remember when they were in that building? I think a few seasons ago, and Candy had to tell Todd, "Don't you sit there and act like you're more successful than me?" Because Todd was sitting there talking about some breakfast spot. Girl, I think some Asian cuisine, Asian cuisine spot. Todd just swiping Candy's Amex card. So all I'm trying to say is like, Ty, either you gonna complain that she too busy, but then you want her to help you with your stuff because I was like, girl, she already funding your projects. Quiet as this girl. Candy is busy, but the truth of the matter is, like I said, it's messed up. It's messed up because, like, when Marlo says things like this, it does sound mean and hurtful because we know that Candy, she has goals that she has a lot of things that she wants to accomplish, right? And I don't think that it makes Candy feel like I don't think Kenya would ever throw in Candy's face about her being as busy as she is, right? Because she probably knows that's a very sensitive spot for Candy. So even though Candy hears this from her children, right? Ace is now saying it. This is nothing new because Riley was telling Candy this a while ago. So you're hearing this from all of your family members. So yeah, you probably do need to pull back some. But in you pulling back, does that mean that if I get some free time, that means that I need to give up my free time to help you? Because one of your complaints is I'm always busy. So if I say, okay, I'm not going to do this project, but you want me to turn around and help you, I'm still. You said I'm like it's one thing if I'm giving up my project and then you don't want me to help you with yours, and so that's some free time right there. But I'm not giving up I'm not giving up a project just to turn around and help you with yours, because then I'm still gonna be busy. But Candy gonna have to figure out something. Candy gonna have to figure out something. Um, do y'all think that it'll get to a point where Todd could resent Candy? Because Candy could be an EGOT. And I know Ty get tired of us calling him Ty Burris. Let me shut up. Sanya. I'm just happy that Sanya didn't pull out no hot pockets. Cause last time Sanya went to that refrigerator, pulled out them frozen hot pockets, girl cut them up into some squares, and then girl got a couple of bottles of Tito's, and girl I don't even think she had no Casamigos. Girl, I think she had some 1800. Ain't nothing wrong with 1800. Um, and then she had a little camera situation set up and said, "Girl, here's a party. Girl, here's a party." Um, this time Sanya said, "Girl, Sanya spent $100,000, and I know she probably did in real life, cause that part, girl, the space, girl, the alcohol." The games, the people, like, girl. So this is what I be wanting to see the girl. Listen, I ain't got no money. Okay, I ain't got no money. So I want to see the girls who got the money spend the money. Because that's what this show was supposed to be about. The women who have the coin. And if you're not going to spend the money, if you're not going to show me you got coin, then girl, you might as well just get off your TV and come join us. Oh, girl, so see, you spent $100,000. It was Ross's 40th birthday party. So initially her budget was 40,000, but girl, she went from 40 to 100. I'm not mad at it. I love seeing stuff like this on TV. I love seeing the girls spend their money. I do. I love seeing the girls spend their money. Girl. Saying your sister is so gorgeous to me. Um, but saying her sister, girl, that's a lot of people. Girl, so saying your sister's husband is Sanya's. Is it Sanya or Sonya? Um, her personal assistant. He's having a hard time finding a job, so she just hired him as her personal assistant. Um, Sanya's basically said she's always kind of employed her family members. At one point, I guess is she retired from track and field now? That's the way I took it. The way they were talking, like when you used to run track. So I'm assuming she retired. I don't keep over saying it like that. Or Sanya, I don't know, child. Um, but at one point, her mother was her manager. I think she mentioned something about her father. Her sister is her hair. I think her sister may still do her hair. Um, so her family has always kind of not lived off of her, but you know, she employed her family. Um, the sister and saying, yeah, I think that may be like a little storyline because girl, this is the first episode and the sister got a confessional. That's all I'm saying, girl. Girl, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all need to bring in everybody. Girl, bring in the sisters, the mom. They ain't gotta have no confessional, but I'm just saying, bring in the sisters, the mamas. I don't care. Girl, if Gia on Real Housewives of New Jersey can have a confessional, if Brooks, y'all know I can't stand Brooks. If Brooks, the little gay boy up there in Salt Lake City, can have a confessional, then girl, I don't see what the problem is with what's her name? Sandra, Sanya, Tiffany, Ashley, Keisha. I don't know the girl name, child. Um, but yeah, I bring in everybody, child. The more the merrier. But that's what I wanted to say. Girl, that's a lot of people. That house is not that big. Do I think that would be a nice house for Sanya and Ross and their son? Yeah. And maybe like maybe one of her parents. Yeah. But girl, you got Sanya, her husband, her son, the mama and the daddy, the sister, the husband, and two more kids. Girl, y'all ain't got that much square footages over there in Atlanta. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, these confessional looks. Candy looked a fool. Candy's afro looked. It didn't look. I didn't like her afro. That's just what and that's just what it is. I didn't like it. I feel like Candy be trolling us. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Candy know her head looked a mess. Remember on SWV and Escape when she had that when she had them two. Remember she had that hump sitting at the top of her head. I think the girls intentionally do this. I think that they do stuff just to kind of like get us talking. Remember when Nene had that Frankenstein hairstyle? Girl, where'd you go? And then I didn't like Candy's second confessional with the little diamonds glued to her skin, rhinestones. I said, girl, what is out, girl? Like you got chicken pox, girl. Girl, you got the monkey pox, girl. Cause you like you got monkey pox, girl. Girl, I ain't like it. Marlo, babe, when I tell you Marlo, babe, when I tell you Miss Marlo had two earrings from the side, God, I said, girl, where is you going? Girl, when I tell Miss Marlo had two big old hula hoops hanging from her earlobes, I know Marlo's earlobes were screaming for their life. At first, I said, Marlo, you look a complete fool. But the second time I watched the episode, it was cute. It just was a lot. Like, I think what it is like sometimes, like Marlo is the street fashion girl, right? But I feel like sometimes girls and guys, especially the gays, I think sometimes y'all get editorial looks confused with like real life looks. Like, girls, to me, those earrings, like in some high fashion editorial shot, would have probably been sickening. Okay, right? But girl, just to be sitting there in your confessional, girl, with two big old hula hoops, just sit here. Girl, you just talking. Girl, and we just looking at you like, girl, what is she doing? It's like, girl, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But like I said, the first time I looked at it, girl, I hollered. I must have, girl, what is Marlo doing? What is Latoya Hutchinson doing? But the second time I watched it, they didn't look that bad. They did. It just kind of like, it kind of just took me by surprise to see Marlo with those earrings in her ear. But they didn't look bad. It was actually kind of cute in a way. It really, to me, it was. But the first time I was like, not so much. Girl, you look a fool. Marlo and her nephews, they're in a good space. They have a life coach now that's helping them through their problems. Marlo, I'm glad Marlo is talking about not, because a lot of us believe that if, we ain't, Marlo, even though Marlo has, girl, 7 mug shots, even though Marlo has allegedly, girl, shake somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even though Marlo has been through some stuff in her life, Marlo still feels as though the way that she was parented as a child still is okay. So I'm glad that Marlo is turning over a new leaf into this whole gentle parenting, right? And not just believing that just because a child is a child that they don't deserve respect and they don't deserve to be heard, right? Just like the one of the little boys said, when Marlo kicked them out last year. I know a lot of people were really upset at Marlo for kicking those boys out. I kind of understood, as mean as it may be. Marlo ain't no parent. I'm not no parent. Y'all parents. Y'all get tired of y'all kids. So can you imagine somebody who really ain't signed up to be no mama or no daddy? Girl, all of a sudden, girl, they a mama and a daddy out the blue. I can see how you could be like, girl, what is going on? Girl, I'm supposed to be in Miami, pee popping. Girl, sleeping with somebody's man. And here I am in Atlanta, girl, playing Monty. Playing Unky. Unky. Uncle and Auntie at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It was just the way that she said how I kicked the boys out instead of saying, approaching it in a more nicer and saying it in a more, a better way. Anyways, one of the little boys did say, we were having problems too. He said, we were having problems too. You put a lot of stress on me, but it's okay. It changed. I said, oh my God. Because, I don't think Marlo also, even though I, didn't think Marlo, Marlo she should have handled the situation probably a little differently, right? Especially with her wording. But I don't think that even me really took into account, and I'm sure Marlo probably didn't either. Maybe she did. I don't know. Didn't really take into account that, yeah, you going through stuff, but we stressed out too. Because we don't think that kids can be stressed out. But I'm stressed out too, and I'm going through stuff too. So in a way, it's kind of like, damn, like, I guess now that I think, like, the kids were stressed out. Everybody was stressed out. Anyways, but stuff is better now. Sanya goes over to She by Sheree's. Sheree had on her She by Sheree outfit. That outfit was $274. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not mad at nobody for knowing their worth. I'm not. I'm not mad at anybody for starting a clothing line and you say, girl, my shirts are $200 or $300 or $400. But Sheree got some nerve trying to charge the girls and boys $274 for that outfit, knowing she probably got it from Shein. Knowing she probably got that from Amazon. Knowing she probably went on Amazon, ordered, girl, 17 small, 17 extra small, 17 medium, 17 largest, girl, and they probably ran her, each piece was probably, girl, the top was probably $19.99 and the pants was probably, girl, $29.99, and girl, she done sold it for $274 and said it's She by Sheree. Joanne Prada, here we come, okay? Anyways, so Courtney, this is a new girl, Courtney. Sheree. Sheree and Sonya were working on their fitness. This how you know, like Sheree really has the potential to do stuff that makes sense. Like if Sheree went and got a business loan and opened up a gym, that will fall in line with what Sheree has a banging body. Sheree really could be a personal trainer to the stars. Like Sheree really could do something, but it's like that's what I'm like. I don't know. It's something about Sheree that it's a mess. Um, Open up a gym. Like I said, open up a gym, take out a business loan, become a personal trainer to you high end clientele. Um, they're drinking smoothies from Kenya's man place. And then the new girl Courtney comes in with some champagne. I was always drinking champagne or drinking smoothies. Girl, quantities is kept. I would have been drinking both. Okay. Did y'all hear when they were getting ready for the party? Todd said pimp hat or no pimp hat, and then Candy said if you want Marlo walking up to you asking for a job. Marlo sound dumb, and I know she looked dumb because did y'all hear what Marlo said that Candy should stick to the spoofs because the Broadway thing and the singing thing isn't working out for her, and here go Candy girl a couple of days ago getting a nomination for a Tony and an Emmy. I said, "Ooh, Marlo girl, got to be careful because it'll come back and have you looking dumb." The Broadway thing I would say is actually working out for Candy. says that Tony nomination. Okay, hey. Listen, the argument between Candy and Courtney, was it nonsensical? Yes, it was. Okay, like I said on Twitter, I would rather see petty, dumb arguments that don't make no sense, right? Than the girls getting on TV accusing somebody's husband of SA. Shout out to Giselle. I would rather see that than Phaedra Parks and Portia pushing a lie that somebody was going to take. Girl, we're not going backwards. Let me shut up. I would rather just see what I saw on this Sunday's night episode, right? That's what we should be wanting to see on the Real Housewives. Not this deep stuff that, like somebody, I think that was Stacey, that triggers people. We want to see the petty, dumb arguments. You know what I'm saying? Now, from what it sounds like to me, it sounds like Courtney, I guess. Listen, Courtney, I'm not mad at Courtney because I would rather have Courtney come on and start to mess with Candy than take the easy route and start to mess with Kenya. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy route. Come on and come after Candy. Okay, Miss Courtney, I wasn't mad at Courtney. It was a dumb argument because Courtney was just trying to basically start a mess. So I think from what it sounds like to me is Courtney was, I guess, upset or bothered because Candy was, I guess, calling around asking about her, supposedly. But then it also sounded like Courtney was saying, it also sounded too as if Courtney got upset because Candy said she didn't know her. So I think that's why a lot of us are confused because, girl, the argument was all over the place. It sounded like at first Courtney was saying she was bothered because Candy was calling around asking about her. Then it sounded like it switched to Courtney being upset because Candy said she didn't know her. Right, girl. So I love the fact that the girls kind of broke up into two. Girl, we had Candy over here working this side of the room. We had Kenya over here and Monietta over here working the other side of the room. And I said, girl, this is what I'm talking about, girl. Instead of everybody just grouped together, no, baby, you go over here, you start some shit. You go over here, you start some shit. So we got all types of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So Monietta and Kenya pulled Sheree to the side to have a conversation about Martell because they wanted to let Sheree know that Martell supposedly is out in these streets. Sheree says that she don't care something about she a Ferrari and the other girl is a Kia Sophia. Or Toyota Corolla, a Kia Sporter. I don't know, child. Um, and then Candy was over here meeting the new girl, or the girl that. And another thing too, Courtney knows a friend of Candy. They start going back and forth, and Courtney was doing a tad bit much, but I also thought it was funny that Candy got as upset as she did. Girl, when Marlo, bitch, when they was arguing, and Marlo was looking like this over her. Ew! Girl, when Marla was looking over her shoulder, trying to get the tea. That sounds like some shit I do. You don't want to be in it, but you're trying to get it. You don't want to be in the mess, but you're trying to get the mess because you're trying to go back and report, bitch. You know, Candy and the new girl just got into it, girl. Girl was over there cussing each other the fuck out. Ow! Girl, so all I know is Candy and Courtney was going back and forth, and Courtney was doing a little too much. But like I said, girl, Candy got upset so quickly, and then Courtney was like, I'm not trying to clout chase. Nobody even said nothing about you. Courtney was just trying to have a moment. To me, it worked for me. I would rather take the route that Courtney took and we fussing and fighting over something dumb than the route that, like, of course, Giselle took, or even like how Marlo does. Like, Marlo goes real low with people who she says, she wants a friendship with, or she considers them friends, and then she gets mad when they don't want to be her friend after she done went low. Even though the stuff Marlo be saying be true, it's still like, girl, that's your friend, and you're using something, because you're upset that that may be sensitive for them, right? And you throw it in their face. And then when they say, bitch, I don't want to deal with you no more, then you want to be like, oh my God, they're just picking on me. That's what Marlo does. I would rather take the route that Courtney did, which is kind of like a dumb route, petty, just want a moment. But when Courtney was like, calm the fuck down. Bitch, I don't know why she said that. Bitch, as soon as she said that, bitch, when I tell you, bitch, Candy turned into red hair Candy. And she was like, I don't know this bitch. I'm a buy at this bitch. I said, there she go. There go red hair Candy. Bring her out. Bring her out. Bring her out, Candy. Let her loose. Let her loose. Let her loose. Get her. Get her, Candy. Get her. Because this is what she wanted. Because I was here for it. I was here for it. It was cute to me. Girl. The girls, I live because, like I said, Marlo do too much. But I live that the girls are going to make sure, girl, they really going to get under Candy's skin this season. And I live, but a part of me also feels too, I do believe this now, I'm not going to lie. A part of me feels like Candy is also like, since this is what these bitches want, I'm going to give it to them. So since they want, girl, season 6, pillow talk, red hair Candy, then girl, let's go. Because I really didn't think it was that deep for Candy to get that upset. You know what I'm saying? Now, girl, the truth of the matter is we are kind of going back and forth, and ain't nobody just going to sit there and cuss at you. So I will say with Courtney kind of doing the cursing, it kind of, we all know when somebody starts cursing, it kind of takes it to another level. But I was like, Candy was really mad, child. Candy was really about the bud head. I said, girl, we on the first episode and we already threatening the bud head bitches. I say, yes, this is going to be a great season. It's the threaten to headbutt somebody for me the very first episode. I said, well, if y'all already doing that the first episode, then girl, what we gonna do? Girl, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Drew couldn't make it. I didn't even know this Drew was gone. But that husband showed up. The husband showed up. Drew couldn't make it. Y'all heard what he said? She has a lot going on. She's dealing with a lot. You hear that? She has a lot going on. She's dealing with a lot, but I had to come support my boy. That's what Ralph said. Not your wife is dealing with a lot, and you said I'm still going to the party anyways. That's pretty much what you said. Okay. Um, and that was pretty much it, girl. Can you tell Sheree that Marlo basically sent in her DMs, and Sheree was like, bitch. When Sheree put that finger up and she was telling Martha to come here, come here. Girl, I tell you, Sheree was working a mess out of that finger. Yeah. Oh, girl, this episode was cute, though. It was cute. I liked the episode. It was funny. The girls are bringing. I feel like this is probably the most. Girl, I ain't gonna say that. The girls are bringing personality. I love. Shout out to girl. Honestly, girl, I say shout out to everybody. Marlo was a Kiki to me. Courtney is a Kiki. Candy girl is girl turning into the girl, the incredible girl, red hair Candy. Kenya is my girl. Sheree is girl a mess, but girl, everybody was entertaining to me, honestly. Even Manetta. Sonya, girl, was making sure. Sonya said, so usually the girls get mad when they be throwing their husbands and girlfriends and wives parties. But so girl, Sonya didn't even care, girl. Sonya said, girl, the girls gonna fight, fuss, and argue, girl. So just go ahead and get it out the way, child. I know we at my husband's party at the birthday party. But girl, it is what it is. All right, y'all. This review was actually longer than what I thought it was gonna be. That's it. If I missed something, girl, we'll talk about it probably next week. All right. Have a good night. Bye.